And recording. Hi, everybody. It's Precarious Pixels. Free Comic-Con Edition 2019. With me, as always, it's Bob.
Hi.
I'm Tim Martinek.
Balancing out the energy level.
That's right. Oh, it's all energy. New York Comic-Con has... Well, today it has officially started. You get the preview night, and then tomorrow is Friday, the official start, and you get to hang out with Paul Rudd and one of the Doctor Who's, and yeah, but not the favorite Doctor Who's.
No, it's Christopher Eccleston,
the ninth Doctor,
star of The Others,
Heroes season 1.
Was he the star of Heroes season 1?
He was. He was the Invisible Man.
He wasn't even, I would argue that the star of Heroes Season 1 was a Nissan Versa.
That is true.
How many times did you hear the words Nissan Versa?
1,000 times.
And Peter Petrelli.
Peter Petrelli.
I remember the character's name.
Because
of Hiro Nakamura.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yatta. That's the only Japanese I know.
Yeah, it means Google.
No, it means it means I did it.
Doesn't mean Google?
Yes. Totally means Google.
Google did it.
Yeah. But we're going to talk to New York Comic-Con. We'll get back to that. But in the last week, I saw nothing.
Okay.
Because that's just how my life is going. And
I was what was Tim about to say that he saw?
No. Nothing.
The hype
Nothing.
was ruined.
Nothing.
Immediately.
Unless you call it Downton Abbey.
Did you see the Downton Abbey movie?
I saw the Downtown Abbey movie. It was okay. It was good. If you like Downton, it was a movie. It was good. But you saw...
I saw the new Child's Play 2019. I can't do
Remix.
Which I guess is Child's Play.
Yeah.
It's similar in that they made it similar.
Yes.
It almost... my opinion on it is that it could have been a completely different movie. Mm-hmm. And was probably written as such.
Yes. Your theory is that this was written as, evil AI tries to kill family.
Yeah.
But
they could have just made it Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah,
it could have been anything. It could have been, a car like Christine, or it could have been Alexa kind of thing. Which I think they've done Murder House or something like that before. It's
closer to Alexa than it is Chucky.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I don't even know why it has the name Chucky.
It does. Well, it's called Child's Play, right?
It is, but there's no reason for it to be named Chucky. So...
Oh, that's true, because you said they call them buddies, right, with an I.
They're called buddies, and then when you get scanned by the buddy, you can name it, and they name it something different, and he's just like, my name is Chucky.
Oh, wait. So... So that's even weirder. So they call him, it's not oh, your name now is Chucky. And he's like, oh, I'm Chucky. I'm going to murder you. I'm Chucky. It's
he usually doesn't leave with that. But
we're going to call you Mr. Snugglypuss. And he was just like, no, I'm Chucky. And that's why I'm going to murder you.
It's weird because he's glitchy without a reason to be glitchy.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah.
So here's the setup. I think we can go that far.
I think this is not going to be a big spoilery thing. This is just the beginning of the movie.
Okay, and I'm gonna do the opening to the original movie.
Right.
And then I'm gonna say what the opening is to this one.
Gotcha.
And then why they're so different. So, in Child's Play, the original.
In
1912, whenever it came out.
I think it was the 80s, but that's okay.
Brad Dourif plays this serial killer named Charles Lee Ray.
Right.
He's on the run at the beginning of the movie from the cops.
Yes.
He runs into a toy store, gets involved in a shootout, gets shot, is dying, and then does a voodoo curse or voodoo spell that lets his body inhabit the doll in front of him.
Right.
Or his soul or whatever. His spirit.
Yeah.
So that he's he needs another body. Like, he needs to use that doll to get to another body that he can take over and be unkillable.
Right.
That's the setup for Child's Play 1.
Right.
He's named Chucky because he was Charles Lee Ray.
Right.
Or Chucky.
Right. Because Charles is for some reason is Chuck. I never understood that Charles Chuck thing, but it's kind of like what you call people Charles or Charlie or Chuck.
Yeah. This one, it's a guy works at a factory in Vietnam making dolls.
Yeah, he's making the toys and stuff. He works in a toy factory.
And the dolls are essentially smart dolls that work almost as an Alexa or a Google Home.
Right.
Where they can interact with your television, with your radio, with your lights, with your heating system.
Okay.
And with your phones, very important.
Right.
And it has like built-in cameras and all this other stuff.
Right.
And the guy who's working on the chip gets told he's fired, and this is the last chip he's making, and he's like, okay, I guess. And he just turns off all the parameters on the chip.
Right.
And then dives out a window and kills himself.
Yeah, he basically turns off anything that would like inhibit it from... Like, it doesn't really say use murder in there.
It's just like no violence, like the violence inhibitor's off and then like the personality inhibitor's off. But
which almost says to me like it doesn't necessarily have to go down this route of it's just like I can do violence, but I don't necessarily become a murdering doll. Like there's no reason like a person who's like a crazy killer, yeah, that's kind of what you expect from them. But like an AI system could learn not to kill you.
It could. And here's the thing, right? The only thing it wouldn't have would be what causes the later half of the movie, which would be emotions.
Right.
And I don't understand where that comes in. That's my only problem with this movie, is that everything, aside from like some minor writing stuff, everything that's his motivation at a certain point in the movie,
right,
makes no sense.
Right.
Aside from that he's emotional.
Yes.
Because there's a point where he becomes a killer because he thinks he's protecting this kid.
Right. So, like, everything he's doing is based off of, I want to care for this kid and to be his best friend. And to be his best friend, I have to eliminate all these other people. I
would say, if you want to narrow it down to a base level, I think it's just the AI is taught to protect the kid.
Right.
And I think like that's in the programming and it just protects the kid.
Right.
So I don't think there's a reason for him to then want vengeance on the kid. Because the kid finds out what he's doing and he's just like, oh my god, you need to stop.
Right.
And then tries to kill him.
Yeah. So that's the part that doesn't make any sense. Like it does seem like it was meant to be maybe a different movie.
Yes.
At least from what you've told me. Because I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
But I will watch this movie. Just because, I want to check it out.
And here's the weirdest part. Mark Hamill.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
And he's underutilized, to say the least.
Really?
He barely talks.
Does he give Joker laugh?
No.
Well, that's just a shame.
I don't even know if he laughs.
Really? There's no... Oh, that's...
He's I would
be... Yeah. But he doesn't give, like, a creepy laugh. Like, Chucky... That was, like, his signature thing. There was a Chucky-style laugh. It kind of, like, like, that kind of, like, weird laugh to him. It's not, like similar to, like, how the
it's not Chucky.
Or, like, on any of those. No?
No. I don't think he laughs.
That's...
A lot of the dialogue coming from the actual doll...
Yeah.
Is recorded playback of things the kid said. Or things he heard.
Okay.
Because he also has, like, a memory like that. Whatever, some sort of built-in memory that he can just play stuff back.
Oh, okay.
And messes with people. This is a minor spoiler.
Okay.
But it's... There's a scene in the trailer you've seen where he's standing in the shadow.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there staring. Up that scene, Because that's not really that. Whatever. That's just a doll standing in the corner. Make that scene now. That kid knows that Chucky killed the cat. Because the cat scratched the kid.
Oh, okay.
And all that Chucky doll is doing is playing back the cat dying as a sound.
Oof.
And at that point, he's still trying to be friends with the kid. So that's my problem with the writing, is why would he do that? Like, what would the motivation be? To strike fear in the kid?
To play back, is like, hey, I killed that... He's playing back the sound of the cat dying?
Yes. But he knows the kid didn't want that to happen.
Oh, he knows the kid didn't want that to
right.
happen. That's weird. Because I would say, like, I'm playing back the sound so you know that the cat is dead and can't bother you anymore. That I would get. But, like, the fact that he knew that the kid was unhappy with that decision, that just seems strange to me.
Yeah. And it's a lot of that. It's a lot of weird writing in a horror movie that writing shouldn't matter much.
Yeah.
It's also, I would say, the closest Child's Play has been to a B movie since Child's Play 3.
Well, I don't consider that.
I do. The one where they're in the military school for kids. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Oh, I do kind of remember that one.
It's so much a B movie that it's the first time that they don't have the same main kid.
Yeah.
Because he's in 1 and 2.
Mm. And
then they replace him with an older kid playing the same boy. And I've only ever seen him in one other thing.
Okay.
Which was Lois and Clark on TV. He played Jimmy Olsen.
Which Jimmy Olsen?
The Lois and Clark live-action show.
But, funny enough, there's actually 2 Jimmy Olsens.
What?
There was one, I'm pretty sure there was a season 1 Jimmy Olsen, and then all of a sudden, season 2, different Jimmy Olsen.
This one had, like, blonde and brown hair.
Okay. It was short, was it short hair? Or was it, like, kind of like...
Longer.
Longer. Okay, that's
hair.
That's season 2 Jimmy Olsen.
Okay, well there
My mom loved that show. She made me watch it a lot. I love Superman, so I thought it'd be good, and then I was like, he isn't doing anything. They're just having a romance. This is like moonlighting. And
that's what they were going for.
That's what they were going for.
But yeah, this is the closest I think it's come to it, and I think the only reason it probably made it into theaters was because they put the Child's Play stamp on it, and they were like, here you go, it's Chucky, and then, by the way, we got Mark Hamill.
And Aubrey Plaza.
And Aubrey Plaza being awesome. She's probably the highlight of the movie, like her interacting with her kid.
Yeah. Okay.
I expected to hate it.
Really?
Yeah, I expected to hate everything about, because she doesn't strike me as a mom.
Well, I mean, I don't think she actually is a mom.
I don't think so either. But I don't think I've ever seen her do anything mom-like.
That's true. As an actress, but that's the thing. She's an actress.
No, she plays basically Aubrey Plaza if they had given her a kid at 16.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, because that's one of the things she says.
All right.
She even she ends up with the doll by like essentially blackmailing her coworker.
Really?
She's like, what happens to these defective returns?
Okay.
And the guy's like, oh, we have to send them to the factory. And she's like, well, will it be counted? He's like, probably not. And she's like, well, then I'm going to take it. And the guy says, no, you can't take it. We have to send it out. She says, oh, does your wife know about the fact that you're sleeping with this girl?
Wow.
Like, and the way she would say it, like, just her delivery is her.
Yeah.
Like, she's barely trying with that.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if she was trying to act, and I know she can kind of act.
Oh, she can act her butt off. And what was the? Oh, now I can't remember the name of the show. The FX show.
Legion.
Legion. Yeah, she does a great job in Legion.
She was really good in that. Was it Ingrid? Ingrid movie.
Ingrid.
Goes West.
Oh yeah. It is
with Ice Cube's son.
Yes.
That's a really good movie. But yeah, she's talented. She's just playing Aubrey Plaza though.
Okay.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Watch it or don't. I don't know.
Watch it or don't?
It's super bloody, and it makes no sense for it to be.
Yes.
And they make all the interesting decisions. It's a grindhouse movie.
Okay, but in this kind of grindhouse movie was, who produced this? Was this like a Dark Castle movie or?
I don't think so.
It was Lionsgate.
It was Orion themselves, and then whoever else. The actual producers, the producers of it. So I would imagine Warner Brothers.
Yeah, that's probably Warner Brothers then. Yeah, I mean, in Orion, I don't know exactly.
I don't know who owns them.
Yeah, I always thought it was Sony, but maybe not. But yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so I know they're going to do a TV show too. I think they were trying to do that.
Yeah, and that's
based off of the original one, not this movie.
Because
this
is the first one that had nothing to do with the original creator. The creator was involved in all of them,
yes,
except for this one.
Which is because it's probably he was just like, we want to just slap Chucky into this. Is that okay? And he was like, no. And then they were like, here's a lot of money. And he was like, okay. I still get to make my TV show? Sure. I'm sure that's probably what the discussion was. They were like, hey, we'll give you extra money.
United Artists. So, whoever, United Artists...
Sony, isn't it?
I guess.
They do Bond, right? And
I think
Bond's
so, yeah.
like a Sony thing, so...
MGM...
I don't know.
I guess it's just their own company? Oh, well. Maybe. I don't know.
Weird.
But, yeah, it's Orion Pictures, Katz Smith Pictures, and Braun Creative were the three companies involved.
Alright. So a lot of money and nobody knew what they were doing.
It was $10 million to make it, so I pretty much called it when I said B movie.
Alright.
Like, that's almost no budget. And it made $43 million, so it made money.
Alright.
Based on the name, which is smart.
Yeah. And I'm sure, it's out on streaming now. I'm sure they'll make a good bit more money. Because it's it wasn't one I was going to go to the theater to see, but I'll watch that on streaming. I'll rent that on Amazon or something like that. Or I'll wait till it hits Netflix or whatever. So
watch it, or don't.
Yeah. Or don't. So weird game, weird movie, and we're gonna talk about a little weird game that just came out. So
Isn't that weird?
We've been I just watched. If you've heard of the Untitled Goose game, which is the actual name of the game, where you play a goose.
You are a goose with a goal.
Yes, and that goal is to annoy everybody.
Apparently. Well, it's to follow a list. Like, they give you a list of objectives, and the goose has to get to those objectives by being a jerk, I guess.
Yeah, and not even like a little jerk, like, I'm going to steal your mail and throw it in the river kind of jerk.
That is pretty mean.
That is mean. I was just like, hey, that's a federal offense.
That's not the meanest one, though.
No, I'm playing ring toss with an old man. That was, and not even I'm not even joking. This was the actual thing. You're helping an old man play ring toss, and then you honk when he is about to throw the ring and screws him up, and you go steal the ring so he can't play the game.
That's not the meanest one.
Oh, what, are you talking about the little boy?
I'm talking about the little boy who's playing with a plane.
Yes.
You untie his shoes.
Yes.
So he loses the plane. Like, he can't get it. He drops the plane down. You grab the plane. He chases you, trips, and then you take his glasses.
That's probably the meanest thing.
That's pretty mean.
That was mean. I was just like, wow, this goose is a jerk. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's like stealing stuff from people's gardens. Looks like you steal guys' keys.
It's just fun, stupid stuff.
You hide yourself in a box so you can get into a flower shop. It's simple, and I think it's gonna be like what was that game? Katamari. Was it Katamari? The one where it was like you rolled stuff together. I think it's gonna be like one of those sleeper hits where it's just like There's going to be like Untitled Goose Game like 5 World Tour or something like that.
I don't even know if it's a sleeper hit because it came out and it's exploding. It's everywhere. Like it's a meme. People are streaming it.
Yeah.
It's more like, in my opinion, Goat Simulator.
Yes.
Which, if you've ever seen that played, it's just ridiculous. Imagine everything you do as a goat to like 1 billion, like leveled up, and then with a Tony Hawk Pro Skater style score on the left side.
Right. You're pulling tricks.
Yeah, you're like jump on the trampoline. It's like plus 14,000 ollie or something.
Right.
It's silly, but I think this is definitely more polished than that. That always looked very broken.
Right. But this is definitely like it has a definite style to it. The people are very I don't know how to like cartoonish, but not really like it's like I'd almost say like sim characters, but without any detail to them.
Yeah, no faces.
No
from
faces.
What I can tell.
Only noses.
Only noses. It's very indie looking, which makes sense. But it looks like polished indie.
Yeah, it's not like it doesn't look glitchy. Like you're doing like stealth moves and stuff that you look like a goose doing a stealth move, hiding behind bushes and stuff. I think it's pretty well put together, and this is an Australian company. I think it was like Victoria Games.
Yeah, and it's House.
Yes, House, which I don't know anything else that House has done.
No, I think this might be their first project.
But I gotta say, inventive. Like, really good, well thought out. You could tell it was like, because you wouldn't think of untie the kid's shoe, steal his little plane, and when he runs after the plane and trips and falls, because his shoe's untied, go steal his glasses because they fell off his face. Like, it would be like how do you get the glasses off his face? Jump at his face or something like that. This one you have to be actually a little bit clever to get that stuff. Like, it's smart.
It strikes me as somebody that remembers the old like Telltale before they were Telltale, like the LucasArts games like Monkey Island to solve puzzles.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Or Scribblenauts.
Scribblenauts, very much like kind of like solving things by drawing your way out of them kind of thing.
Well, with that one you write, but same thing. Like there's a cat stuck in a tree. You could write ladder,
right?
And then a ladder will appear. And you can use that, or you can get an axe, or you can get matches.
I think there's even isn't there a Scribblenauts version where you actually draw pictures of things and they appear?
I think that might be something else.
Okay, I remember there was one. They did a couple of versions of that where it was like one was superheroes.
They did Scribblenauts Unmasked, but
right?
I think you were still writing.
Okay. But yeah, different.
That would be cool.
Yeah, different.
But they wouldn't want my drawing. I wouldn't be able to play it.
Why?
Because my drawing's terrible.
Maybe it's also a way to practice your drawing skills.
Not for me.
Mm.
I'd just get frustrated.
Throw your DS across the way.
Exactly.
This time it would be a Nintendo Switch, so you wouldn't be playing anything if you broke that.
It'd be an expensive throw.
Yes. Which I wonder how many times that's happened where people get frustrated with the game, and if you're a guy who regularly throws your controller,
throwing a Switch or a DS,
throwing a Switch or a DS.
I'm sure it's happened with DSs. I don't know. You have to be silly to throw a $300 system.
Exactly. You have to kind of like really not care about, mommy and daddy bought me this, and I don't really care if I break it, kind of thing. So there's that, and. So, I'm waiting for their next game, which is probably going to be Dog Simulator or Cat Simulator or something along that. But
I hope not. I hope it's more with the goose.
Yeah, goose seems pretty interesting. Because you wouldn't, like a goose can be kind of annoying.
I would imagine that the entire plot of this, like the reason this game exists, is that a guy was in a park and saw a goose steal like bread or something.
Or like he grew up and like there was a goose in their neighborhood who just like drove people like crazy.
Or he was watching Hot Fuzz.
It could have been but I think there was a swan, wasn't it?
Was it a swan? Yeah,
I think it was a swan, like the town swan. But still, you could be like, well, we can't do a swan. Let's do a goose. Why not?
But I dig it.
I think it's good.
I would play the heck out of Untitled Goose game.
Well, you have a Switch, don't you?
I do. I just have to finish Borderlands.
Yes. You're still on your Borderlands quest.
I've been playing it a lot.
Yeah.
It's still my off-time game.
You'll get there.
I will. I should have just done one character.
Well, you were branching out. You were trying something different.
I did. It's the first time I've tried more than 2 characters in a Borderlands game. Like, I always do one and then another playthrough, and that's it.
Okay.
But this forced me to try the different ones and give me a little more perspective.
All right. But you're liking it?
Yeah, and I still ended up sticking with, for the most part, the 2 main ones that I would have wanted to play anyway.
Okay.
So I just wasted time on the others.
Okay. So, all right.
So Amara stinks. I'm just kidding. She's probably good.
You just don't know how to play her.
I guess not.
Maybe. I'm sure somebody's like figured it out somehow.
Somebody out there is just like, Amara's the best. Flak is terrible.
Right.
Terrible.
So, since you've been playing that, and another game is coming out.
It is.
A little bit of Ghost Recon.
It depends on who you ask if it's coming out or if it's out
already.
It's a mystery.
If you ask the people who bought it on Amazon, it's out for them.
Well, if they bought it, you could buy it anywhere for $130 right now. Or $110.
No.
No, you could. Because you could get the season pass. Here's my favorite part about this. The game is $60. The season pass is $40.
Okay.
The game with the season pass is $110.
Okay.
Explain.
I have no idea.
But the game with the season pass and some extra character skins is $130. So, savings.
Yeah.
It literally is like it used to be. And I guess the best example with this is probably... Oh, man, Borderlands. Just for now.
Okay.
Bear with me. Borderlands 3, the Super Deluxe Edition that comes with the Season Pass, is $100.
Right.
The game is $60, and the Season Pass is $50.
Right.
So you're saving $10.
Right.
Why does Ubisoft think that it is a good idea to charge you more by paying up front for the content that they'll deliver later?
I have no idea.
That makes no sense.
It does make no sense.
You did get it 3 days early.
Right. I'm not sure. My guess is they're trying to cash in on the title. Maybe it took more money to develop than they thought it would, a Ghost Recon game.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think it was more money to develop.
Or they think people love this as much as Call of Duty. They'll pay whatever we say.
They
don't. But people, I bet if you're gung-ho at Ubisoft, you'll be like, everything we do is amazing, and they'll pay for it, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Some stuff they do is amazing. And I'm sure this game is fine.
I'm sure it's fine.
And to tell you that, and I don't know if I've ever even talked with you about this, but the first game that I played on Xbox Live, on pretty much day one of Xbox Live,
right,
was Ghost Recon.
Really?
On the original Xbox.
Wow.
Like, I've been playing Ghost Recon games since the launch of Xbox Live. And I didn't spend $110 or $130.
Right.
Because it's not Ghost Recon anymore. It's something different.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of far from what it was.
Because what it was stealth-based action shooter.
Right.
First person they abandoned with Wildlands, I guess.
Okay.
I would say they abandoned it with Wildlands. But they had also, at that point, they had taken... No. They abandoned it with Graw. So, on 360, they moved over to Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter.
Okay. Yeah, no, I remember when that came, that change happened.
And that was future stuff.
Yeah. So the big thing is now, what does this play like? What is like, is it play like a first person? Is it play like a third person?
Plays like a third person shooter.
Okay.
Mixed with Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. So open world. That's good. I mean, that's always a good thing. But does it have all those like weird side mission kind of things, or is it mainly just you're trying for one mission at a time?
You are taking bases back, like in Far Cry.
Okay.
But it's also survival because you have fatigue meters.
Oh, they're going that way with it. Okay.
And your enemy, who's John Bernthal in this one.
Oh.
Can't protect him, Rick. That's right. Took over an island that was owned by this tech company and has all of these future drones.
Oh, okay.
So the game that was about stealth-based base takedowns where you're taking out people, now you're fighting drones as well.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hate that. That's the big reason I didn't pick it up.
Okay.
On day one. Because I'll wait for it to go on sale.
Yes.
And it already is on sale at some places.
Yeah. And
it's not even out yet.
Which is a shame.
And B, it's not what it was. It's something completely different. And I am the last person to ever want to play a game where I have to drink something to survive. I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
don't give me a stupid meter.
Yeah. That seems kind of stupid. That's like, if you're gonna go that level of realism, I don't know. Like, there are certain games that try to do that level of realism, and sometimes they're okay, and sometimes they're like, is this really necessary?
I hate them all.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played a game that I can think of, aside from Minecraft.
Okay. Well, everybody loves Minecraft.
Where I've had to worry about food and water and enjoyed it.
What about Red Dead?
You don't need to worry about it.
Right.
You can eat it if you want to heal up quicker.
Right.
But you never need. It's never a thing. It's never a hindrance.
Oh, it's never like you can starve to death.
Right. It's not. Oh, you're slow now because you're hungry.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's when you go to that level of like, we're gonna go make this as real as we can. Like, it takes like something fun out of it. I think.
I hate it.
Because then it's like, why not just do this for real?
I just want to go to the enemy base.
Right.
And Wildlands was amazing in this regard.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had 4-player co-op.
Right.
You could go explore and you could take down the base tactically. And when you were alone...
Right.
You had 3 AI companions that were stupid. But they did the job. So you could synchronize the shots and do all the other stuff.
Right.
Like, you can line everything up, and you can still work together. They were dumb, like they get caught on stuff.
Yeah, that was a feature I remember when I used to play. I think this was also a game they did, Rainbow Six. Mm-hmm. Like, you could plan out a mission, but ultimately there is a point where you're just like, you kind of have to do the mission yourself in a lot of ways, because your AIs are not, even when you're planning out like, oh, you're going to go through here, kind of like, plan out the whole thing. They're not smart enough to not get caught on like a door jam.
Speaking of Rainbow Six, there's something that's been in the news that we can come back to that has to deal with that.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just not GhostRecon anymore. It's something else, and I'll try it, and to be continued, and maybe it'll be great. Maybe the hunger meter won't bother me. But there's another thing. There's a big controversy when it comes to microtransactions. Yes. So now there's a $110 and $130 version of the game.
Yes.
How would you feel if there were microtransactions for outfits?
That is, if it wasn't necessary to play the game, that is a choice. I mean, they have that a lot in Fortnite. Mm-hmm. So if it's not necessary to complete the game, I'm okay with it. And it's just like, oh, I want to wear Batman's costume when I'm going in and out and shooting a base down or whatever.
Would you feel the same way about guns? Gun skins, we'll say.
Okay, gun skins, that's fine. I don't care about gun skins.
Okay, how about skill points for leveling up?
See, that bothers me a little bit, but I know other games do like they have that as doo-doo. It's all doo-doo, Bob. All doo-doo. I know that certain games have that feature where it's like you can pay to level up, or you actually grind for a while and then get those skills yourself. I mean, that's as long as it's like I don't need this to complete the game, I'm okay with it.
Okay. XP boosters, same thing. You'd be okay with that?
Yeah, I think it'd be okay.
Okay. Now, what if I was to tell you that your character upgrades throughout all 3 game modes?
Okay.
Which is story, co-op, and versus.
Right.
And those skill boosts and XP points and whatever cross over to versus. So now...
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
So now in your game that you totally charged people more to get earlier...
Right.
To have an advantage online in versus.
Right.
Now that's combined with the fact that you can pay to even more to be at max level in versus.
Right.
And to have the better guns in versus. And to have the extra skill points that do different things for you in versus. Like, let's say it extends out your radar. Or it gives you another, like, longer drone use so you can tag enemies.
Right.
Or another grenade.
See, already I don't like it.
Okay?
But is that...
That's all real.
Yeah. So you can pay to level up and then go into versus.
Yeah, because your character, their big selling point was that your character crosses between all 3 modes.
See, that's no good. Do they have level caps? Do they have a...
Yeah, you can be a max level. Like, you could pay right now to be a max level. And I'm not done. Okay. What if I then told you it had a battle pass like Fortnite?
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
And then you can pay to add tiers onto that battle pass. Like, now you're up 5 more tiers for $20. There you go. So you get those cool items from those 5 tiers.
And it's just...
in this $130 game.
I just don't understand where they think they're going to get, like, this kind of money. Like, from anybody.
It's crazy. It's so excessive. So this was a really interesting one. Not a single loot box.
Yeah.
Because you're paying for what you're paying for.
Right.
It's just scummy in different ways.
It's just weird in general. Like, that's a weird thing to do. Like, why... I don't know. That bugs me a little bit. That's like... We've talked about this before, but it's always a sign of, like, a bad game that you have to pay for to level up. Because if I'm going to play Versus, I know I'm going to go in there and it'll be like, oh, I'm a level 10, I've had this a week. And there's going to be guys at, like, level 100s or max levels and just, like, getting housed. And it's like, it's not like... Then the Versus, did they pair you up with your same levels? Or
no.
No. So it's just like, I could be a level 10 playing with level 50. That makes no sense to me.
Or, even if they could, wouldn't you, if you were a silly goose out there and you wanted to pay to win, alternate with your friends, have a second account on your Xbox or your PC or whatever.
Yeah.
And have that be a level 1 account.
Yeah.
Right? And then you play the level 1, your friends are all level 50.
Right.
There you go. I mean, if you're going to go that far for pay to win...
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a bad idea. I think this will probably... Because it's going to frustrate people immediately. Because those level 50s are just going to be murdering people left and right. And be like, there's no way to get to that level. I don't want to pay extra money. I already paid $130. I don't want to pay extra money to get even higher levels or whatever. And they're just going to, like, trade it in. Like, it's immediate. Like, that'll be the first thing that happens. They'll just start trading them in.
And that kills a game... They call it games as a service.
Yeah.
But a game like this, that's meant to be played. The
right.
Game Pass, or the Season Pass, they're calling it, goes until next September. It's a full year season pass of content. I'm sorry, year one pass.
Okay.
This is their big thing now.
This won't make it a year. This won't make it a year.
It's going to be like Anthem.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Anthem with their roadmap, which they've now stopped. Or at least Fallout 76 made it. You know, it's a terrible game. It's glitchy. It's awful. Todd Howard is awful. But at least it made it the year almost. It'll be a year soon.
Right.
But they did what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Their canvas bags.
It doesn't play very well, but you know,
it's there.
It's there.
Like, you got what you paid for to an extent.
Yeah. So, Ghost Recon soon to be a ghost itself.
It's a shame because
I think Ghost Recon had a good run. I mean, it was like the games were decent.
And Wildlands they were doing content for until I would call it late last year. They had for free a Predator mission.
Oh,
where you could just fight the Predator.
Right.
And you could get Dutch's cigar and his cap.
Makes total sense.
Or Jesse the Body's cap.
Okay, yeah. Alright, yeah.
And they had a Splinter Cell, Sam Fisher mission.
Right.
And it was free add-on. So they're not afraid to put content in for free. It's almost like this is paying for... They're trying to pay for their next gen.
Right.
With this. Because they don't have an Assassin's Creed this year.
Yeah.
This is their holiday game.
Right.
And I don't think this will pay for their next gen. And they have other games coming out. I mean, in 6 months they have Watch Dogs Legion. Right. And I'm afraid now about how that's going to launch. And they have Gods and Monsters.
Right.
Which also looks great from the makers of Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Right.
So I don't know.
And which looks like a very different type of game. Like, that looked more interesting to me.
It's a new IP.
Yeah.
And they also have that pirate game that disappeared. And Beyond Good and Evil, which nobody talks about.
And which is still coming out.
Maybe.
They've been delaying it. They released cinematic trailers for it and all this stuff. But it's just like, it's kind of like it's in that Final Fantasy Versus 13 thing, where they saw all this great stuff and then game just get delayed and delayed and delayed, and then it comes out and nobody really cares anymore. I mean, it's not that it was good or bad, but yeah. So we'll see. I mean, Ubisoft, I've always kind of thought they made better quality stuff.
They typically do.
But this sounds like there is a money grab.
There's a lot going on with it. I'm curious to see how it looks 3 months from now.
Okay.
So we'll look back at it in January if we remember.
Yes. We'll try to remember, like, after, like, who knows what else has come out.
Goose Game.
Goose Game 2. Goose Game 5.
Yeah, it probably doesn't take all that much time to develop Goose Game.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't think there's microtransactions.
No, there's not.
Unless there's goose skins.
Yes. If you want to make your goose skin look like the Joker.
Don't talk about the Joker. Everybody's going to get afraid. You got to get extra security.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Well, there's a lot of talk about they're not playing it at the one theater where they had the what was it, Dark Knight Rises shooting?
I think it was just Dark Knight, wasn't it?
Was it Dark Knight?
Maybe it was Rises.
I think it was Rises.
And the guy was dressed as the Joker.
Yeah.
But I get that they wouldn't play it there.
They wouldn't play it there, which is like a thing that like the theater asked, and like I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers was like, absolutely.
Well, they don't have to.
It's like we don't want to show it here, and like it's. I'm sure that they have an overall deal with like distributors and stuff where it's like you have to play these movies, you know. But I'm sure they were like, we can't play that here, and you understand why, and they're like, nah, that's fine. Yeah, so it'll play in other theaters around, but not at that one.
But I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like a lot of it is just fear mongering.
Could be that too. Could be that too.
Because, you know, there's no reason to be afraid of a character.
Right.
They didn't do this for the Lego Batman movie.
Right.
The Joker was in there, right?
He was.
I wonder if he played at that theater.
Yes, I'm sure that they did. But I think it was just maybe they were like, this one's a little too close. Because Lego it's a toy version. But this is the actual, like, it's a guy dressed as the Joker. And, you know, maybe that was just their one for this time. But, you know, I'm okay with that. I mean, that should be their choice, so whether they wanted to play there or not. I don't think it's going to hurt the box office of Joker or anything like that. And I'm sure people are like, it's okay, I'll go to a different theater to watch it. So, you know, whatever they want to do. I think it's maybe better that it doesn't play there. I don't think, but I don't think... I'm talking
about extra security in New York. There's all sorts of stuff.
I know. And honestly, like, I get it. If you want to do that, that's fine. But it's like nobody was afraid with Taxi Driver that their taxi drivers were going to be like psychos or anything along those lines. So it is kind of like one of those things that whatever this happened was its own incident. I don't necessarily think it's connected to a comic book character, because the character's been around 80 years. There aren't hundreds of these guys running around.
There's a guy in a costume, most likely capitalizing on the crowd there.
Yes.
And maybe he even thought he would make his way out.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
If he's in costume, maybe he gets out and changes.
Right.
Obviously did. But... yeah, like, I don't know. I just don't see the sense in creating this much fear. And it's been, for weeks, they've been talking about all this horrible stuff.
I know. I know people are saying that because I know there's a lot of stuff because of a lot of shootings and stuff. And I understand that too. But it's not... I don't think this movie...
Get rid of the guns.
It's not a movie that's going to cause this. And it's not a movie that's going to fix it. It's, you know, people that need to deal with that in its own way. But speaking of the Joker, we're going to New York Comic Con.
We are.
You're going on a different day than I am.
I am.
Unfortunately, because I didn't get on those tickets fast enough when I was on the website, and I only was able to get Sunday, but you're going Saturday. I think Sunday is more of a kids-friendly day, which I kind of like, because usually less crowds on a Sunday. But I don't think it's going to be that. I think there'll still be a ton of people there. But you're definitely going on one of the busier days. Friday and Saturday are probably the busiest days. Thursday is a preview night, but like Friday, Saturday... those are the big days.
I think we went on Saturday last year, right?
Yeah, we did Saturday last year.
It was pretty busy.
It was busy. It was a good time. We had a lot of fun. I think we were all tired at the end, but it was good.
Yeah.
What would you say if like this is somebody's first time going to Comic-Con?
Oh man. Be prepared. Obviously, you have some money to spend. You're going to want some in cash. Obviously.
Do cash. A lot of people did have the cube, but I wouldn't count on that just because you might want to just have a set amount, like you only pay. I'm only going to spend this much, kind of thing.
Yeah, I had a goal last year, and I actually stayed under.
Good, that's
because good. Because I only got a couple. I don't know what you call the prints.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm bringing this year. I'm actually bringing a poster tube. So, like...
I should have done that last year.
Yeah. Like, I even thought about... like, there was a couple things I got that were prints, and I was like, this could have been kept a little bit better if I had, you know, had, like, something to guard it in. And plus, there's tons of stuff that they're just giving out. So you might see a poster that, you know, they're giving out this for free. I know there's a couple of comic companies that are giving out stuff for free, bags. I forget, do they give lanyards?
They usually give a lanyard.
They usually give a lanyard.
I usually just bring one.
Yeah.
Because I get them from work.
Right. But they'll probably give out like that kind of stuff. There'll be people giving out the bags. Wear comfortable shoes. That's the number one thing, is be in comfortable clothes. Unless you want to cosplay, that is entirely your choice.
It's apparently 90% of the people.
90% of the people dress up as something, but
wear clothes.
Yes, be comfortable.
Yeah.
Unless you're like some people go for the costume contests and all that stuff. So that's fine. You can want to do that. Do it. Do it.
Jeez.
Do it.
So forceful.
Yes.
Ben Stiller and Starsky and Hutch.
Yes. My favorite movie.
Is it?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say.
But yeah, I'd say try to be as comfortable. Hydrate ahead of time. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. Like to really like be ready to go. If you're gonna eat at Comic-Con, be ready to pay a lot more for a lot less. Usually the food there is like okay, but we usually venture out.
Yeah.
Last year I think it was like Gotham Marketplace.
Something like that. It was really good.
It was good, and it wasn't too far. Like it was a couple blocks away, and it had a good variety of food there, which was nice. It was like I usually. In the past, I think I've eaten at like hot dog vendors and stuff and food carts that are close by. But, it might be a little bit colder at this con just because the weather is changing a little bit. I think we got a little...
Yeah, I think it's going to be in the 50s.
50s. So you might want to eat somewhere you could sit down inside and be cool. Or warm, rather. Yeah. And I would say don't hit people with your cardboard swords.
I would also say make a plan for what you want throughout the day and then go back and get it.
Yes.
Because you don't do what I do every year and just carry it the whole day.
That could be too. Or bring a bag. Bring a bag that you could put over your shoulders and stuff.
Yeah. And
make sure it's like something that's like, not going to weigh you down too much.
Yeah, and walk. Know how to walk.
Know how to walk. Yes. Get ready to get bumped into non-stop. You will be bumped into by everybody. People that are... I almost got run down by a kid who was just like so happy to see an artist or something. I forget what it was, but he just like... It's like he didn't even see me anymore, and he just like walked through me. But it's okay.
Bring camera, phone.
Camera, phone, or if you want to take good pictures, if you have like a better camera, do that as well. There's
a lot of cool people to meet.
Yeah.
Cool stuff to do.
I think there's pretty much the most interesting things are like the installations they'll have there. Mm-hmm. Unlike when they have it, I know it's San Diego, they actually have like installation experiences where you can they'll do like a Walking Dead maze or something like that. This one I don't see that as much at New York Comic Con. There might be some stuff you could play. They probably have, I'm sure, maybe like a hands-on version of the Avengers game.
That'd be cool.
That would be great.
I'd hope for a hands-on of Medieval.
Oh, really?
The remake?
The remake? You want isn't it...
It's coming out soon.
Oh, I thought it was out already. No. Oh, okay. No, it looked good. I thought they did a good job with the remake.
And Concrete Genie, I think, comes out tomorrow. I want to try that one. That's their other game they're doing.
Okay.
Sony first party.
Nice. Hopefully they'll have a couple of hands-on for both of those. I remember there was even one year they had a hands-on for, I think it was one of the Pokemon DS games.
Yeah, I remember trying before it came out the first year that we went. Mm-hmm. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars.
Yeah, I do remember that. Happening.
On the DS.
Yes.
I was like, what? How?
Yeah, I didn't understand how that worked, but okay.
It was old school GTA.
So it was.
Top down.
Yeah. Now people are too used to the third person. Really
modern
open world
style.
Yeah.
I don't recommend bringing your DS or Switch because you're not gonna have time to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very few. When we first get there, usually they keep you in I guess you would call it a stable, a pen. So they only release in the first couple hours a few people at a time, and then you kind of get out onto the floor and you have to kind of like work your way from one side to the other. I always recommend starting completely at one side and then walking your way to the other side. Just kind of keep going up and down the aisles.
Yeah.
And there's a couple levels. The vendors are on like kind of the upper level, and then the lower level is where the
artists.
The artist alley, but also like the conference rooms, not conference rooms, I guess. Not exhibitors. What am I thinking?
I mean, exhibitors, I would say. Like,
Yeah.
they come out and they do their presentations.
Yeah.
Events.
Yeah. So you have like
Everything
the
for
meet your heroes, or
Yeah,
Angel's 20th anniversary.
I wanted to see that.
Maybe you'll see David Boreanaz and be like, "Hey, David, I supported you a long time. How about you get me into that panel?" And he'd be like, "Sure."
He'd be like, "No."
It's like, but first you have to tell me season 3's Bones, episode 2. What was I wearing?
I'd be like, a jacket and a shirt.
And you'd be like, "No,
Oh, he'd know.
no,
I have no idea.
I don't either." But
I didn't watch Bones.
I didn't either. I've seen enough to know that he was in Bones, but I've never watched it. Like I don't think like the whole, like more than like an episode. I know it's about a lady, and she calls him, or he calls her Bones.
And she's, I think it's based on Susan Reichs.
I think it is.
And I think that's actually supposed to be her, because she was like a forensic...
She was a forensic scientist.
Anthropologist, right?
Yeah.
Forensic anthropologist.
And she's big into... I remember like a lot of her books were about like, I'm going to go back and research Jack the Ripper and go over everything, but with like a forensic kind of thing. Like modern day forensics. It was... her books were... His stuff was good.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. I forget how many... Like 20 seasons? I don't know. That guy's always on a show that never ends.
Yeah, I think right now he's on like a... Isn't he on like a SEAL show or something?
Yeah, I think it's like... Yeah. Like a Navy SEAL. It's not that he like trains SEALs.
Yeah. He trains SEALs not to get slapped by cats.
Yes.
Which is a great video if you haven't seen it.
We should see that sometime. I should look that up.
We'll send it to you later.
Great. But yeah, so I'm, of course, I really love going to Artist Alley. Usually I can't afford any of the artists I would love to get sketches from. Bob just showed me the video. It's terrible podcasting, but it was hilarious. Cats are jerks.
They are a little bit.
They're huge jerks.
Just walked up to that seal and slapped him.
Yeah. Seal wasn't doing anything. Just looking at the people. And then the seal just rolled out of there. He was like, I'm not taking this cat.
Just wanted to get his seal of approval.
Oh, man.
So anyway,
yeah, so I'm interested to see like the booth installations, because there's interesting ones. I think we had when the Heather's TV show was coming out.
Yeah, they had like a bus.
They had like a bus that was like manned by I don't know, like you could go onto it and watch the first trailer or watch the first episode. I don't know, but
I remember thinking there's a boy Heather, and I'm not into this.
Was there a boy Heather?
Yeah, there's a boy Heather on that show.
Oh, okay.
And, I get that they're modernizing it.
Yeah.
That's nobody's gonna name their kid Heather.
Maybe
their little boy. No.
But I don't think it actually lasted that long, did it?
No, it's probably canceled.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it, but
maybe it's phenomenal.
I don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah. But interesting to see.
Happy's there.
Who is it?
Happy.
Happy?
Yeah, the one with Chris Maloney.
Oh yeah. It would be good to see Chris Maloney there. I know that they are doing another season, I think, because it's 2 seasons out now, right?
Yeah.
So I think they're doing one more season.
It's a good show.
It is great, funny, weird,
messed up.
Yeah. Patton Oswalt does an amazing job. He's Patton Oswalt.
They both do great jobs.
They do. Like Chris Maloney is a very funny man, and can do both funny and serious roles, which is it just confounds me that how he's so versatile. He's such a versatile guy. But, that's what you get, New York actors.
Yeah.
But I think the big draw for this year is Paul Rudd's going to be there.
Is it the big draw?
It is.
I think Tom Hiddleston's there.
Tom Hiddleston, bad Loki. Nobody cares about Loki. I don't know. Actually, are they doing another Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I don't know if they've said. Probably not.
Seems like they're going to do a third one.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
It would be after Wave 4 or whatever?
Yeah.
Or is it 5?
I don't know. I don't even know what's going to be in the next wave because they're announcing like TV shows left and right. So
maybe they make a TV show out of it.
That could be. Because they're doing like 20 TV shows right now. It's like Hawkeye TV show, Scarlet Witch TV show, WandaVision, Loki, She-Hulk, Moon Knight.
Who's on She-Hulk, did they say?
Nobody yet. They just showing She-Hulk. She's going to be like, I'm lawyering for superheroes. But I know I'm in a comic book.
Who would be a good She-Hulk?
I don't know. Maybe CG.
The girl that played Lois Lane on Smallville.
Erica Durance?
Yeah.
Is she really tall?
I think she's tall, but she's also got the shoulders of a linebacker.
Oh, that's cold, man. I think she doesn't have linebackers.
She might be busy playing, like I heard they're remaking The Godfather and she's playing Sonny.
Really? I heard they're redoing the replacements. And she's playing Keanu Reeves' part.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. No, I love Erica Durance. I think she's great. She's going to be in the whole big crossover with Crisis. All the CW shows are crossing over.
Oh, they're doing that?
Oh, yeah. And everybody this time. I think it's like Black Lightning, Supergirl, Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and all those guys. All of them.
All of them. I can't believe they're bringing all the shows back.
Well, I think this is the last one for Arrow, and then they're going to do another show.
And she got old.
Yeah. And then they're going to do like another show that's like Birds of Prey-ish kind of show.
But it can't be Birds of Prey because that's a movie and the first show sucked.
Oh, man, that show.
But you know who was on it? I tried watching.
Oh, really?
I tried watching it fairly recently, like a couple of years back.
Oh, yeah?
Because I was like, I didn't give this a chance, and Tim loved this show.
I didn't love that show.
You did. You told me all about it.
I told you maybe that it was a show.
I watched half of the first episode.
Yes.
And do you know who was on it?
Who?
Aaron Paul. Jesse Pinkman.
Who was he in the first episode?
I don't know. He's just some kid on a bus. And I was like, What is this? Why are you on this? And then I was like, no, this is going to ruin Jesse Pinkman for me. I stopped watching it.
Did it ruin Jesse Pinkman for you?
No, I stopped watching it.
Oh, man. Good.
I remember when it came out. This is how long I've known Tim. And he said, oh, it's the greatest. It's so good. And I was like, I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't remember giving it that big of an endorsement.
Before that, Tim had told me all about Smallville.
Now that I did love Smallville when it came out.
You were like, it's so good, Bob, and I started watching it. And I was like, what is this drama?
Yeah.
But
that's when we were starved for any good superhero anything.
And you know what the problem was? Like, I enjoyed that on another show.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed that on Buffy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't every episode.
That's true.
With Smallville, it was every episode. Every episode went like this. Lana and Clark would be like, okay, right? Yeah. And then he'd be like, hey, you want to go out tonight? And then she would say, sure, let's go out tonight. And he'd be like, okay, I gotta go save the world. And then he'd be late, and she'd be like, I don't think I can trust you. That was 14 seasons of Smallville.
Yeah, it was
Only
pretty close.
Later on, she morphed into a full Caucasian woman with the shoulders of a linebacker.
Well, that's Lana Lang. That's not Lois Lane. A lot of LLs on that show. Lex Luthor? Yeah.
Bean?
All right. We're hitting that mark where we're both getting too tired to make any sense anymore. Bean who?
LL Bean.
Oh, LL Bean. I was like Bean, like Mr. Bean?
No, like LL.
Like Bean 10?
Like Ice JJ Fish.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, go out and watch the Godfather remake.
No, man. I'm still pushing that.
With whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Star of Butterfly Effect 2.
That's right, she was in that.
She was in that terrible movie.
Yeah. I think she was in Boston Legal. She's, I think, recently been on Supergirl. Yeah.
Who's she play?
I think she plays like a person from Krypton or somewhere. I don't know. I have like no time for any shows. Only quick 8-episode shows, not like 22-episode shows.
It's gonna replace Timothy Olyphant in the new season of Justified.
No, Deadwood.
Justified.
Deadwood.
Starring...
Which I still haven't seen the Deadwood movie. I still gotta watch that.
Lana Lane.
Lois Lane. Alright, but as we're finishing up here, I'm posting stuff for Inktober, so if you want to check that out on my Instagram, it's Tim Martinek at Tim Martinek on Instagram. Bob is...
I am at Bob J. Martin on Instagram, and these are Timothy Olyphant's broad shoulders that match Erica Durante or whatever her name is.
Horrible.
I'm on Twitter at
man.
Martin, MARTON_Bob.
Yes, and you can find us on Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes. You can also find us on YouTube, all Precarious Pixels, hashtag Precarious Pixels, and we can check out your stuff. And, you know, if you tag anything Precarious Pixels, and we're going to, post a few things on our Instagrams and whatever, we'll have some New York Comic Con shots up there for you.
Yeah, I'm going to put some stuff up. Also, if you pay $3.99 more a month, you can get double XP for the next 5 hours.
Okay.
Just kidding. That's Ubisoft.
Oh, man. Oh, Ubisoft, what are you doing? Just make Assassin's Creed games and stop being dumb. Oh. Bob is just giving me a weird look. Alright, so we'll see you next time, guys. Alright, bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Go Comic-Con.
Let's do a little redesigning with us. You can find Bob at Martin, MARTON_BOB, on Twitter. And you can find me on Instagram at Tim Martinek, all one word, TIMMARTINEC. And you can join in us, have some fun, do your redesigns for this week's redesign. It's a lot of fun for us to do this, but we like to see fresh ideas and fresh artists like doing what they do as well. You can also hashtag it Precarious Pixels and we'll find it as well.